going to see my client, Mako, and finally reveal what I did. I feel excited, I feel happy. It's a close to one journey, but another one will open. Not too hot, not too cold. Tomorrow's the first day of spring. Doesn't exactly reflect that, but it's a good day. Hey guys, so we're here. It's me, Julisa. We're in the Mako space. I'm going to show you a few changes that I make. Let's go. Okay, so we're here. We're going to go inside and see what it is that I've done. I hope you're excited. Hey, Mako! What is? Here we are with Mako.
Okay.
Mako, can you just tell us how we got here?
Sure. So about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I knew I wanted to refresh my space. So I knew that the way my apartment was currently set up was no longer conducive for the energy and the vibes I wanted to have in my room.
Right.
And my bedroom and my living room. And so one of the first things I knew that I needed was a new couch. My old couch was just, it was worn, it was tired, it was time for it to go. And so because I knew it was a main piece in my living room, I said, okay, let's start with there and then we'll build the rest of the living room around that. I went to Macy's one day after work and it was a nightmare. It was just, there was all these different colors and patterns and fabrics, and I just said, this is about to be a nightmare process. And so I was chronicling that nightmare on Instagram, my Instagram stories. And one of my comments was that one of the things I said was that I wish I could afford an interior designer to do this for me, because this is a painful process for me. And sure enough, Julisa slid in my DMs and she said, hey girl, everyone can afford an interior designer. I can work on any budget. That ultimately resulted in a beautiful new space. So thank you.
So let me tell you something about Mako. She's a Pan-Africanist, so she really likes African art and textures and prints and things that bring that out for her. So one of the things that she sent me when she found a couch was this. It was gorgeous. It was a large couch with all this print on it, and it feeds into what she's looking for, but it's just too much because it's a big piece for such a small room. So what I recommended is that we would get a couch that is more solid and throw in pieces that pick up the textures and the prints that she's looking for. I have this lovely sofa. I wish you guys could touch it and feel the texture, but it's amazing. And then I also brought in this throw faux fur that is animal print. Okay, so when I came to her home to see what it looked like and take measurements to figure out what it is that we need to put inside, I saw the paint, and she had already chosen this beautiful paint. She had this berry color on one wall and this grayish blue color on another wall. And so for me, it was very important, while bringing in those African pieces that she wanted to bring into the space, but to also blend those very two strong, beautiful colors together. So here are a few key aspects of the living room that I just wanted to highlight for you guys to give you a better understanding. So one of the things, this is an accent wall. The rest of the room is this bluish gray color. So what I wanted to do is make sure that this wall picks up what's on the other walls. So I had to make sure that that color over here, this bluish gray, came over here. So this is where I came in to with this painting. It picks up the blues from that wall, but it also has some berry colors in there that picks up on this wall. So it kind of marries them together. And then over here, I want to talk about this egg. I use it as an art piece, but really it's just a children's Easter egg basket. And I like the idea of being able to use something that is specific to something and use it in another way. And everything in my eyes can be art. So that's my art piece. Also, to me, it resembles rebirth and growth. So that's why I appreciate that piece. So let's talk about these curtains. I told you before the type of person Nimako is and the things that she likes. So to me, I wanted to try to bring in some type of tribal print into the room. And so I chose these curtains to do that.
So one of the things I really enjoyed and really appreciated about this process with Julisa was the way she incorporated many of my family heirlooms into the updated aesthetic of my apartment. And so Julisa's going to point out a couple of those pieces that she was able to bring into the space.
Yes, so she has this Egyptian artwork that we have hung on the wall for her. She inherited a picture from her grandmother, which is beautiful. I use it in a different way, so I decided to put flowers inside of it to make it into a vase instead. She has this stand over here that it means a lot to her. Like, that's from her father, and that is her heart, and that means everything to her. So I knew I needed to keep these pieces in here because it's part of her, and this is the home. This is her home. She wants to feel comfortable in it. She wants to reflect in her home. So I needed to bring those things into play.
And I really appreciated that. It helped me feel comfortable with all the changes that were happening in my space. Even though the changes that I initiated, changes I wanted to have happen, it still brought a level of comfortability and familiarity into the new space.
Okay, so let's talk about her dining area. So she has this table and chair set, and she picked these chairs to match her wall. So these were already pre-existing, and I just worked around them. So I also want you guys to keep in mind that this is an NYC apartment, and in New York City you have to make sure that the spaces are interchangeable. So while this is set up as a dining space, she often uses this as her office. So during those times, you know, what you see right now would not be here, and she'll have her laptop and her workbook set up. And she does this quite often because she works from home quite often. So let's get into the bedroom. And here's her lovely space.
So for my bedroom, I had asked Julisa the main thing I wanted to do was to lighten my room. As you'll see in the before pictures, I had a lot of furniture. All of my furniture was dark, and I was a place in my life where I wanted my room to reflect the lightness that I was feeling, and I wanted my room to be more of a relaxed sanctuary where I can come in and just be able to let go of all of my prior worries and concerns.
So inside of this room, I put a few different items in here to give her the beach feel. So we're gonna start with the painting. It almost looks like a satellite photo. You have the water, you have the sand, and you have the clouds. I also want to bring to your attention again the fact that this is a New York City home. So inside of here, with this bed, I decided to change and give her more storage by giving her a storage bed. Also keeps the room very spacious, and if you look around, it looks like she has a lot of space, because she does. So here we have the curtains. I just want to let you guys know she has one window in this bedroom, and it's not a very large window space. So she thought that she needed to have curtains that only covered the window because, you know, that makes sense. But to make the room look larger and more luxurious, I decided to change that and add a rod to her wall that goes from wall to wall. It gives the illusion that there's a bigger window behind the curtains. And also keeping with the beachy vibes, I decided to use some light sheers in between and some linens to give you the feel of being at a beach house. So back to storage, I decided to put these shelves just so she can display some things, and also I needed to fill up wall space. You never want your wall to look bare. When you want someone to walk into your room, you want their eye to be able to go from floor to ceiling and see amazingness. Okay, so this here is a desk. But what I decided to do, instead of using it for its natural purpose, which is to have your books and study and use your computer or laptop on it, I decided to make this into her vanity. It was the perfect length, it was the perfect depth, and it was the perfect height. And it had storage, which is also very important in NYC. So this was one of those items that I brought into here. Also, because it is a desk, it has an opening on the side. which usually your desk wires would go in here, but it's now a vanity. So if she ever wanted to use some type of tool for her hair or anything, the wire can go in there and it's hidden. Still a neat surface. Okay, so she wanted to make sure that on her vanity she can display a few pieces that she really liked for accessories. So she had got this, and this is for her necklaces. This is for her bracelets and some hoops. And over there I found that piece, and it's a coral. And what I like about it is it has these little prongs on it, and I figured she could put her rings on here, and it also adds to the beach theme. So that's one of my favorite pieces, I want to say, in here. Besides the painting, which looks like, you know, the beach from up top, the storage that I added to this space, and the color scheme in general. Like, this room is amazing.
So yeah, but I love my bedroom. I've gotten so many compliments on it. People tell me all the time that they feel relaxed the moment they walk into my bedroom.
I feel relaxed the moment I walk in here.
I love it. I love my bedroom very much. So thank you again.
No problem.
A magical place.
Oh. So thank you, Nimako. Thanks for coming. No problem. Thank you for allowing me to redo your space. I'm glad that you love it, and I hope you have many memories in this space.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye. Thank you. You too.